getting clients on LinkedIn doesn't have to be hard. Most people struggle to actually book calls on LinkedIn, but in this video, I'm actually going to show you the secret sauce, and basically the system that will allow you to basically book calls. It's not necessarily like a system when it comes, it's not like an automation or anything, but it's really a principle that will allow you to book calls on really any platforms. You can use that for LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, etc. So let's dive in. I'm going to show you how it works. Let's go on the computer and yeah, let's do it. So most people think that crushing it on LinkedIn is just about knowing what's the best automation tool, in order to send as many messages as possible. But I'm here to tell you that the automation tool that you're utilizing, or the fancy, like the AI stuff, it doesn't really matter if you're not leveraging the right strategy. What's important in there in this entire thing is the messaging compared to just like the automation. You could have the most effective automation that sends a bunch of messages, that allow you not to get restricted. But if your messaging is not good, it's not going to work, So yeah, so the strategy, that I want to show you is the engagement method. We're going to start with that. I'm going to present, the other stuff as well. But really the engagement method is at the core what allows you to start a lot of conversations, and really to get to know the person. So most people are reaching out to someone, and they're basically sending a huge pitch, so something that's real, something that's like long as hell. And as you can see, at the end, there is a call to action, which is probably go on the website, but there is no way I'm going to respond to this, Why? Because she just assumed, a bunch of stuff, and this is something that used to work like in 2018, 2017 maybe, but no longer works because everybody's doing this. Look at all these people. They're just pitching me, and it's the same thing over and over again. Now, in order for you to differentiate yourself, you need to engage, with prospects rather than just pitch your stuff, So I want to let that sink in. You need to engage and not pitch. That's the main difference between these two approaches. So when it comes to engage, the first thing, that we typically start with is actually crafting an open-ended question. You're going to see that crafting an open-ended question is a lot more effective, than actually just sending a pitch, So let's say that I do this for a real estate agent, What I might say to a real estate agent is, hey, right now, I see that you're a realtor, do you guys focus on seller leads mainly, or do you focus on buyer leads? That's a question, that most realtors will respond to because they'll either think, that you're maybe some sort of partner, or a client. And I like to call it a gray area question, where they either think that you're a client or, they think that you're a partner in this case. So you craft a gray area question, and it could be really anything. If you're doing this for SaaS companies, you might want to say, hey, I see you're in the SaaS space. Are you guys selling monthly subscriptions only, or are you doing annually too, So yeah, so this is basically, what I would leverage. And then for an agency, I want to give you a bunch of examples so that we know how to do it. Try to come up with your own, because if I say it right there, there's a lot of people that are going to use the exact same ones, that I just said, So go ahead and try to be like, yeah, go ahead and don't just copy what I just did. For agencies, you might want to say, hey, so I see that you have an agency. Are you guys mainly doing Google ads, for your clients, or you just do social media advertising, or you just do social media marketing or management? So yeah, so that's like different ways, to position the question where they either think that you're a client or they think, that you're a partner in this case. So it's a gray area question. So yeah, so that's the first thing. You want to start the conversation first. As soon as you get the person talking, you want to show the person that you're different. And that's why, I want you to personalize the message, the next message. Again, if we do this for a realtor, first question, hey, are you guys doing this or that? They respond. From there, my second, message will be another question, but I'll add a lot of personalization into it. So I might want to say something like, hey, so I see that you're a realtor. No, actually, don't say that because we just said that in the first message. But you could say, cool, and I see that you've worked with over like 200 plus people. That's quite impressive. I'm curious right now, like, are you looking for? I'm curious right now. Do you still have some room, to grow and get new like seller leads? you know so again, you're asking an open-ended question, something that they cannot respond with a yes or a no. And I don't know if you can see what I did there, but basically came up with like a personalization. That's something that you can do by going on the person's profile. You go on their website. The purpose of this is to create social context. So you want to mention something specific that you have to actually look for. And what's going to happen is that the prospect is immediately going to see you as different, because most people are not personalizing these messages. Something as simple as like saying like, hi, hey, I see that you've been in business for like the past 5 years. Quite impressive. Most people are not doing that. So by just doing this, you're going to stand out. And then once you've done this, and they tell you like, hey, yeah, I'm looking for more seller leads. I still have some room to grow. You're basically going to ask 2 to 3 questions, to actually find inefficiencies. And then once you've found enough inefficiencies, you're going to send a pitch, only if you know that they'll say yes. So I'm going to give you an analogy. If I basically sell water in New York, it's pretty hot, during summer. And I tell the person, hey, so do you guys want water? Do you guys want water? Do you guys want water? I might get a couple of people that are going to say yes, but if I take the same people and I basically tell them, hey, are you thirsty? And they tell me yes, and then I say, hey, do you want water? It's going to make a lot more sense, because I know that they're going to say yes because they told me that they were thirsty in the first place. So you only send the pitch if you know that they'll say yes for a fact. That's super powerful, because most people are sending pitches, but they're not like you don't necessarily know if they're going to say yes. So you only do it if you know that they're going to say yes. And how you know that they're going to say yes is by you asking questions to find inefficiencies. So if I reach out to a prospect, and I ask them, okay, so are you guys looking, do you guys still have some room to grow and get a couple of like more seller leads, and tell me yes, cool. And I guess like right now, do you actually have the capacity to take more leads? Tell yes. Okay, cool. At that point, if I send a pitch, I know that they'll say yes because they told me that they were looking for seller leads in this case. So that's how you do it. So first you start with an open-ended question. Second question is a question where you basically had some personalization at the beginning. You create social context. Then from there, you ask 2 to 3 questions, to find inefficiencies. And then you only send a pitch if you know that they'll say yes. That's how you do it. Hey, what's up? I hope you enjoyed the video. I wanted to take some time to actually tell you about StuffUp. So if you don't already know, StuffUp is basically a high-level marketplace, and a consulting company where we basically help agencies, coaches, consultants, to hire appointment setters. So this whole system that I'm actually breaking down in the video is basically a system that typically that an appointment setter, so I like to call them conversion growth experts. That's what they do. They basically book calls on your behalf. They basically work your leads, work your pipeline, call people, so that way you can book more calls, and they also qualify the leads themselves, so that way they can make sure that they're a good fit for your service. So that's pretty much what an appointment setter does, and a conversion growth expert does as well. So if you're looking for somebody like that in your business, if you have lead flow already, you already have leads in your pipeline, you already have a way to book calls, and you just want to get better results or even get a way to qualify, your leads better, you can basically book a call down below. So that way we can see if we have a conversion growth expert that matches your business. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Go enjoy the video. Bye. Beyond like the automation tool, beyond everything, this is the stuff that will get you, to basically book a bunch of calls, because you're ultimately different, than everybody else. So yeah. All right. Basically, there's also like the follow-ups, there's the upfront method, but I'll focus on this, we're focused on just this and this. I'm going to show you how to leverage automation tools in order for you to use, the engagement method, and automate it at the same time. So yeah, but let's go into the follow-ups. When it comes to follow-ups, the reason why people are not booking enough calls is because they're not following up with their prospects. I talk to too many people, go on calls with them, and they tell me, yeah, I went on the call because you actually followed up with me. There is a lot of people that do this stuff, but do not follow up with prospects. And it's gonna sound cliche, but the money is in the follow-up, guys. So you need to do it. So in this case, when you follow up, you basically need to add them into some sort of CRM pipeline. You can keep this simple. We use Trello, for something like this. And then from there, you're going to have 4 categories, so 1, which will be follow-up 1, follow-up 2, 3, and 4, and then booked, something like that, interested and booked. And then from there, you're going to, each time, that you basically like send a follow-up, you move the person along in your pipeline, But the key when following up is not just saying, hey, have you seen my message? You can say that, but like, you need to have stuff that's going to break their patterns. How you break someone's pattern is by basically calling out their behavior, and also by basically making them laugh. These are the 2 strategies, that you can use in order for you to do this. So if I want to call out someone's behavior, if I'm using an automation tool, or if I'm not, I might want to see something like, hey, you probably think I'm some sort of like robot or something. Lol, LOL, And then from there, send it, you're going to see that you're going to get a lot of people that will tell you, yeah, I thought you were like a robot, You might want to say, hey, so I see that, I don't know if you're buried under a pile of work, or if you're on your yacht, enjoying yourself, but regardless, hope everything's okay. Calling out the behavior while being funny, Most people are just focused on just being like, I forgot how to say this, but like politically correct, where you're basically like super serious and stuff. But on LinkedIn, you need to think that the people that you're talking to are humans at the end of the day, So crack jokes, make them laugh. You're going to have better results, by doing something like this than just sending a normal follow-up and saying, hey, I'm just following up on my last message. I would want to know, are you looking to get more sales? It might work here and there, but it's not going to be as effective, So, yeah. So that's pretty much it when it comes to this. And yeah, as far as like automation tools, so you still into the hand, so I'm going to give you like our secret automation tools that we use. So drum roll, the tool is called WeConnect. So WeConnect is basically a tool that allows you to basically automate, every activities, that you can think of, on LinkedIn, So you can reach out to prospects, you can like their posts, you can do everything, with WeConnect. So what I recommend doing is basically going on WeConnect, From there, the types of campaigns, that I would do are very specific. I would focus on doing event campaigns. So you can basically target people who are going into specific events, and I'll do comment campaigns, which are basically people who are commenting on specific posts, So you could literally target leads that are looking for your solution, and then from there, reach out to them utilizing the engagement method, Now, one other thing, that you can use is Sales Navigator. Sales Navigator is basically a tool, that allows you to find prospects, And yeah, I'm not going to give you the details on how to use Sales Navigator, how to use WeConnect. But if you want to see this, in a future video, just let me know. So that way I can record that. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hope this video was helpful, really short, but it's really simple to book calls with LinkedIn. You need to have the right strategy. That's just it. And you need to have something also that people want. Otherwise, it's not gonna work either. If you're selling coffee machines on LinkedIn, I'm sorry. No disrespect if you're selling coffee machines, right? But if you're trying to sell it on LinkedIn, it's not gonna work. So yeah, I could be wrong, but I think it's not gonna work. But that's pretty much it. I'll see you in another video. Take care.